Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is invoking New World Order in talks with China. What? Mark Carney, if you don't know him, ladies and gentlemen, he became the Canada's Prime Minister in 2025 after leading the Liberal Party victory. He made the comment during meetings with Chinese leaders, including President Xi Jinping and Premier Li Qiang? I think it's Qiang. Qiang. I'm not perfect at my Chinese pronunciations. I'm getting better, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. This was the first visit by the Canadian Prime Minister to China in nearly a decade. Carney described a newly announced strategic partnership between the two countries as positioning both nations well for what he called the New World Order. He's emphasizing that the world is changing significantly since the last of such visits, with the old multilateral system under strain, and progress in trade and cooperation sets Canada up for this evolving global landscape. I mean, obviously, Canada needs to modernize a little bit because we are crushing them trade-wise. Unfortunately, you look at these clips and you look at what I'm sorry, you're like, talk to real Canadians. I watch their videos. I watch people who are like, they have less than 20 likes on their video. It's just some mom up in Ottawa, and she's recording grocery store prices that are like, oh, a can of Spam, it's like $7, or you look at cat litter, it's like $50. It's like, I'm sorry, their prices are getting ridiculous. And if you want directed evidence, go look it up yourself. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say except for open your eyes to it. It's out there. It's out there if you want to know about it. I mean, it's sparking a lot of debate. He's later clarifying that the New World Order is referring to the emerging framework for global trade, finance, partnerships in a more divided world where bilateral deals and flexible coalitions could play a bigger role as traditional alliances are shifting. Traditional alliances? What could that be referring to? The United States? I mean, they're producing concrete results, including a preliminary landmark trade deal. Canada agreed to slash tariffs on up to 49,000 Chinese electrical vehicles from 100% to just over 6%. Damn, they're getting a good deal. While China committed to reducing retaliatory tariffs on Canadian canola from 85% all the way down to 15%. Dang, that's pretty good. These steps are aiming to boost economic ties, diversify Canadian exports away from heavy U.S. reliance, and address pressures from ongoing U.S. tariffs under President Trump. Critics, conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, gosh, I gotta work on my pronunciations of French. Pierre Poilievre have questioned the rapid pivot, questioning Carney, previously calling China Canada's biggest security threat before the election. Supporters are seeing it as a pragmatic diplomacy in a multipolar world, helping secure jobs and opportunities for Canadians amid global geopolitical changes. I mean, for his country, sure, this might be great. It's this visit in general. Carney, he's needed to make a name for himself. I haven't seen a Canadian Prime Minister's popularity plummet so quickly, and I'm going to be honest with you. You just have to look at the statistics on it. You just have to look at popularity polls throughout history. Even Trudeau wasn't tracking this low, I'm sorry, in his later days. This is really rough. There's a large push for greater strategic autonomy. There's a rise in debates about balancing trade gains with longstanding concerns over human rights, because obviously China's not a big stander for that. Their security threats. I mean, TikTok, talk about that. I just want you guys to hear it from his words. He is the one threatening New World Order, ladies and gentlemen.
The world has changed much since that last visit. And I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the New World Order.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is touting a new strategic partnership with China in talks with Xi Jinping in Beijing as part of what he has said is a new world order, in part due to the fallout from Trump tariffs in the United States. Now, there's been a noticeable tone shift from Ottawa towards Beijing as Carney wraps up the first state visit to China by a Canadian leader in more than 8 years. Now, after a lengthy diplomatic chill, the two nations have signed a series of agreements, including an energy pact that could see more Chinese investment in Canada and open up opportunities for China to buy more Canadian oil and LNG. Also, in quite a breakthrough, Carney says Canada will allow 49,000 Chinese electric vehicles into Canada at a tariff of just 6.1%, down from 100%. She reciprocated, according to Carney, by reducing its 100% ag tariff on canola or rapeseed to 15%. Xi Jinping hailed the talks as having achieved positive results.
I mean, well, positive results, that depends on who it's for, you know what I mean? Canadian New World Order, what's that going to look like? I mean, what are they really going to tariff us on? What are they going to cut us off from, ladies and gentlemen? As an American, I'm going, like maple syrup? We have dirty Mainers, we have dirty Minnesotans up in the woods to do that for us. Like, I'm sorry to say it, we have families, we have generations of people. You can find them. I'm sorry. They're like, I've been there. I've seen their tin homes. I've seen their, like, you go there and you see that these people, they have like a big sheet normally that looks like a little fucking mouse maze, and that's where they pour the sap into to heat it up, and that's where they melt it and shit. And then that's like, and then you see that there's like this big dirty guy with like hands that would they would make you throw up. I'm sorry to say it. They stir it with like a big candy thing and then whatever, and then they like pour it, and then they make syrup and then whatever. You know what I mean? And then I'm sorry to say it. It's a process that we already have people to do it. We have hillbillies here. Do they not think that we have hillbillies? We have people in upstate Vermont who will do this for us. You know what I mean? There's people who will do this. I'm sorry, but America's going to be fine. You know what I mean? Our maple syrup, as a matter of fact, it tastes better than Canadian. I'm sorry to say it. You go too far north, the cold just snaps the flavor. You know what I mean? It snaps it up. You got to be a little further south. It's like the wine. You know what I mean? It just flavors it correctly. I'm sorry to say it, but this is already an industry that people have on lock in the States. So I think that we're going to be safe. We have people in little tin homes that are like powered by wood. They don't have electricity and shit like that. Well, maybe they have like a wire leading out for like telegraph or something, but you know what I mean? We have people to make maple syrup. We have loggers. We have fishermen. We have beavers. We have everything. You know what I mean? The great north of the Americas, we have a lot of it. We have a lot of what the Canadians want. You know what I mean? They want what we have. That's why you look at a population density map, they all live right on the border of the United States because they would like what we have. They love our weather. They love our weather. They have mosquitoes worse up there. I'm sorry to say it, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry to crush the Canadian dream, folks. I didn't know that would be a kind of theme of today's episode, but listen, I want to be real with you that, you know, that's all I ever try to be.